Hello, everyone, and welcome to Junior Achievement of New Jersey Money Management Tips. Today, we'll be having a conversation about money. Now, a good money manager will spend within their income, plan for the future, and solve their own financial problems. Poor money managers pay more, do without, and fall behind. But luckily, this is all within your control. And the first step is to develop a spending plan. And a spending plan is made up of your answers to the three following questions. Now, let's start off with the most important question. Where am I now? You have to consider what it costs to live each month, how much you make, and whether you are spending more than you make. And if there's money left over, what are you doing with it? The second question is, where do I want to be? And this is all about setting goals, whether they are short-term or long-term goals. And this could mean planning for a vacation, buying a car, going back to school, or even buying a house years down the road. And the last question is, how will I get there? This is the question that you will use to define your plan. And this is where you balance your spending and income, but also making sure you have funds set aside for those goals. Now, you might be asking yourself, what if I don't want to plan my spending? I'm young and I have lots of time to think about this later. Well, that's a common way of thinking. But if you don't want to plan your spending, your only control is your paycheck. If you spend it all during the month, make sure you don't commit yourself to any credit payments. This isn't the best way to handle your finances, but on the plus side, it should keep you out of debt if you're careful. What if you're making it each month and you think you're all right? Should you plan? Well, consider the following questions. Do you have a credit card balance? Are you prepared for gift-giving occasions? Are you thinking about your car insurance? Making it through each month means also preparing for unexpected, but also yearly expenses. Why did you ask about credit card balances? You might be asking yourself. Well, if you aren't planning your credit card balances and paying them in full, then you might be using your income for credit. So for example, if you're carrying a credit card balance of $250 every month, you could be spending $250 a month more than you earn. If so, that could be a recipe for financial difficulties. Figuring out where I am sounds like too much work. Why bother? Truth is, it can be as much work as you want it to be. Decide which spending areas you need to keep track of and do it for a month or two. In general, the problem expenses are food, personal spending, and irregular annual expenses. This is a good place to start keeping track of your money. Now, some articles suggest I spend X percent of my income on food and Y percent on housing. Why can't I just do that? Well, percentages don't take into account your goals, preferences, and in some cases where you live, like the state of New Jersey. How you spend is all about you and what you want to do. You can choose to spend less in one category and more in another. So, for example, you could take the bus instead of buying a car so you can travel. Straight percentages just don't work. And when you're thinking about something as transportation, maybe it's better for you to take public transportation for the first couple of months or year and save towards that car so you're not getting yourself into a bill that you might not be able to afford further down the line. If you're looking for the best advice you can get about planning ahead, here it is. So, Know how much it costs to live your life each month. So this is again including unexpected expenses and also yearly annual expenses. And this could be car insurance or even Christmas gifts. Spend less than you earn each month and avoid using credit to subside your income. Prepare for emergencies. Put money away so then you're prepared for those unexpected expenses. Set goals. Plan what you want your money to do for you by setting those short-term and long-term goals. Think of how and also the why. Money management starts with thinking about how and why you spend. Are you getting what you need and want? You have to ask yourself, are you getting what you need? But also, are you getting what you want from your money? And the last question is, what would you like to do differently? How would you like to live your life making wise financial decisions? So think about these questions when you're planning your budget or even thinking about your future income. Thanks so much for joining us today.